Okay, AI is going to be, you said AI is already designing all of our drugs or designing drugs, right?
Yeah.
Where does that go? What drugs are we going to get in the very near future from AI?
So now we have the ability to engineer atoms and molecules and biological systems.
Okay.
We have the ability to engineer digital reality. We've just entered the ability to engineer all of reality. Now we can't, right? This is the thing. That's the moment we're at. So we can put things on our eyes.
Just explain that one more time. So we have digital reality, we got that. But now, if you can engineer atoms and molecules,
Exactly.
You can make whatever you want.
This is the thing. We have.
It's insane.
It's like an absolute explosion.
Explain that to it, because you know where this could go, because you're, I don't know if it's a futurist or you've already subscribed. You know the power of AI. Again, there are so many people right now that are still just skeptical. They don't get it yet. It's almost like Facebook first coming out. They're like, oh, what is this for? So just break it down for us. When you say we can engineer atoms and molecules, where does your brain go with that?
Yeah.
What are we making exactly?
Yeah. Okay, so here's an example. If you were to ask somebody 1,000 years ago, how big is reality? They would say, well, they kind of see, they feel, they touch, like you use your senses to determine reality. And then we discovered there's this thing called the electromagnetic spectrum. It's like 1 trillion times bigger than what we can see with our eyes. And we've just discovered more and more of reality. And so reality is like orders of magnitude bigger than we ever thought possible. So now you take this basic question, what are the possible conscious states we could have? So we're born and we say, well, we know what happiness feels like and sadness. I know what it feels like to get hurt and skin my knee. I know what it feels like to fall in love. I know what it feels like to get drunk. And then you could do a psychedelics. You're like, that's a different experience. So we start to sample what is roughly the size of consciousness, and we have in our minds this rough idea. Now you apply AI and you apply the ability to engineer atoms, molecules, and organisms. How big is consciousness? Is it 1 trillion times bigger than what we realize? As other things have followed in the past, where we have caught this very narrow glimpse. And so this is why it's so exciting of Don't Die, is we have a hard time letting go of things in the past. We love our games of wealth and status and power. They're familiar, we're winning at them, whatever. But to jump, it's like being on monkey bars. You want to let go of one bar to swing to the next to grab it, but if you can't see it, you don't want to swing.
Yeah.
We can't see it, so we don't know if we want to swing. But if we have, I've been investing in this for 15 years now, when you can take an atom and build them like Legos, when you can design a biological system to do a given thing, when you can design digital reality and you can do the full stack.
What do we get? Just tell me what I'm looking at.
Okay. It could be it could be a situation where not only do you not age, but you acquire superhuman abilities. So dunking would be whatever.
How would I acquire that?
Let's just say.
What are you doing with those atoms and molecules? Are you shooting them in me and
so let's
make
say
me a black?
We're working.
I still can't
Okay, go.
You need different.
But for real, what?
So it's okay. So let's just say the what you have to deal with is your joint strength, your muscles. We have to just deal with your physiology, right? So let's just say we've got a few gene therapies that we would utilize, right? Just a few therapies, and now you've got the joints and the muscles to dunk, and not just dunk on a 10-foot rim, but
20-foot rim if I want.
whatever. There's
You're augmenting my body based on these molecular structures that you're building outside of me to give me whatever superpower that I want. Fuck, there's a zero there. Sports done.
So here's an example. If you can pull this up, have you seen the follistatin dog? Okay.
What is it?
Type in follistatin dog or follistatin cow.
How do you spell it?
FOLL.
You did follistatin, right?
I did. I just did my first gene therapy. Yeah.
We need to
How did
talk
that go?
about. Wait, okay.
Great.
Do you want to tell us before? Do you tell us about this dog, or
Let's
do
take
you?
a picture. Pull up the cow and go down. Second one in from the left. So that cow has similar effects to the gene therapy I just did.
That's real?
Yeah. And you can do a follistatin dog, you'll see one too.
I mean, that doesn't look particularly healthy, right?
It looks like the most healthy cow I've ever seen in my life.
And that cow's not working out, right? It's not like it's on
It's just
some like.
walking around.
Oh, that's muscle?
So
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's muscle. Yeah, go type in follistatin dog.
Oh, no way. This thing's about to look sick.
So, yeah. I just did this gene therapy.
What in the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's just a hood pitbull.
Yeah.
Okay, so this therapy ranks
She look like Nelly.
number 7 as all-time best performing lifespan study. It's over 30% in mice. And so I got the injection in September. I got 2 injections in my abdomen. This is in adipose tissue. And it inhibits myostatin, but I didn't do it to do that, even though it has effects on muscle growth. I did it because it has potential effects in slowing speed of aging, reducing epigenetic age, potential, like all whole body benefits. So I'm doing my first set of measurements next month, whole body, increase the telomeres, a whole bunch of stuff. But we studied gene therapy for 3 years, and we didn't do it because we couldn't find any safe gene therapies. Because once you do a gene therapy, it starts doing its thing in your body. If you don't like it, you can't stop it. And that's when that happens, that's cancer. And so this therapy is a plasmid-mediated gene therapy. So you have a kill switch. So if you don't like it, you take tetracycline, it kills it, it's done. And so it's safe. It's safer.
This is the issue with the peptides, right? Is if you're increasing cell growth and those cells are in some way negative or they're cancerous, you're kind of fucking yourself over.
Always a give and take.
So follistatin, there is a kill switch.
With this therapy, so it's delivered via a plasmid, and the protein just sets up shop in the nucleus. And so it has increased muscle.
So the delivery system is the kill switch, not the actual protein that you're delivering to the body.
Yeah, exactly. The kill switch will kill the protein expressing itself inside the nucleus, and the plasma just gets it there.
Got it.
But the cool thing is, like, you can do sleep, diet, exercise. You can get a few extra years in life. Great, cool. But what you're talking about is like, tell me why to be pumped about this.
Yeah.
It's coming. And so now we're getting these vectors. Yes. Like, can I get
Fuck you, genetics.
Can I get a gene therapy for sleep?
Yes.
Like the whole thing opens up.
I mean, theoretically, even if your diet sounds boring or you could just rearrange this super healthy food to taste like a chocolate brownie or whatever the fuck.
This is the thing. Like, this is it, guys. Like, this is why we don't want to die.
Oh, wait a minute. You're saying, holy shit. You could use gene therapy to make everything that you eat taste like the best thing you've ever had.
Or maybe not gene therapy, but AI could do it if it can rearrange molecules,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, Ozempic.
Reality is its own thing. It plays with reality however we want it to play with reality, ideally.
Ozempic changes your brain so you don't have hunger. It just turns it off.
Aren't there side effects to Ozempic, like your fucking stomach cage?
Yeah.
Or something?
So I am not advocating for Ozempic. I'm just making the observation that
it's happening.
It's happening.
Okay.
Now, like, there's some serious potential side effects. Like, it may be a disastrous idea. Like, we don't know yet. I am not doing Ozempic. I wouldn't do it personally. But then again, I'm not 350 pounds and like really struggling. So like, I'm sympathetic to where people are at, and I'm not criticizing or judging. It's just like, it's there. It's happening. But yeah, like, this is why this is so exciting that.
And we're like, how many years off from this?
We're here. Like, I just did it. I just did my gene therapy. And I took my dad. I took my dad there to do it. It's in Honduras, off the island in this special economic zone, Prospera. And so my dad is
it's called Prospera.
Yeah.
Okay.
My dad is 71.
Yeah.
His calculated life expectancy is 68. So these models of lifespan are very good. He included his time of obesity in life, his hard drug usage. It calculates 68. So he's past due. There's a lot of people in that situation in life. And so I've been on project, Don't Let Dad Die. So I gave him a liter of my plasma. I took him through the gene therapy. I'm taking him next month to do mesenchymal stem cells in the Bahamas. So like, I think it's a really cool thing of like, what can we do in society to not die? Everyone. It's not like, my dad is fighting for life. He's raging against death. I think it's amazing.
It seems like a lot of Project Don't Die is actually Project Don't Let Dad Die, from what I've heard of you in other interviews.
Probably.
Yeah. Which is noble. I'm not judging that at all. If there's a Don't Let Mom Die and I had a much smarter brain, I would be all over it.
Yeah.
So this is wild. The stem cells, what is he doing them for?
Yeah, so in the Bahamas, there's a company called Cellco Labs. They do young Swedish bone marrow. This is why people think I'm just so like crazy, right?
The Swedish part was the weirdest part.
Just catching myself here.
Why Swedish? Why Swedish?
We
What
need
is the-
specifics.
You just said bone marrow. We'd be totally fine.
Yeah.
You got real specific.
I say it because it's a company in Sweden.
Yeah.
They're very good. They're good at science. Like they
Yeah.
are structured. They're methodical. They do things at clinical grade. So we looked at doing stem cells for a long time, but you don't want to mess with stem cells.
Yeah.
So they met our criteria for safety, and so I did an infusion of 100 million of those in, November,
Where'd you get them infused?
the Bahamas.
No, in your body.
Oh,
Where-
just the vein.
Oh, I thought stem cells go to like a certain part, a problem
can't.
area.
You
Okay.
can. So yeah, in March, so I guess in a month from now, I'm doing the world's first whole body joint rejuvenation with mesenchymal stem cells. I just completed MRIs of every joint in my body, and I'm going to get mesenchymal stem cells injected in every single joint so that I can play pickleball. You know,
We need to get you on paddle, bro.
okay.
You gotta get on
Okay,
Padel.
all right.
You gotta get on Padel.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, it's fine. All right.
Now that you have the joints, you should absolutely stop playing
All right,
pickle.
man.
You play Padel with the
And
boys.
if you beat his ass,
I'll tap
he's going
dance.
to do all the protocols.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Beat his
tipping
ass,
point.
rip your shirt off afterward, and he's in.
That's the tipping point. Okay, so you're gonna get every single joint done. And can you tell me why we have to be concerned about some stem cells?
Yeah, because they can lead to uncontrolled growth.
Why?
You
Just just getting them from shady places.
Yeah,
Or,
you just like you want to have quality controls around where they're from, how they're manufactured.
got it.
You just don't want to have a friend with a hookup with stem cells.
Stop. Yeah, don't play games with the stem cells.
Yeah,
got it.
Yeah, any of these advanced therapies, like you really don't want to play games.
And then we hear a lot about stem cells. What is it that they actually do in the body?
They're representing a more youthful state.
And-
They do the job of a more youthful state.
So they rejuvenize the joints, or they replace.
They rejuvenate.
They just. And how can you turn the clock back on the joint?
Yeah. So that's what our objective is, to get me to 18-year-old joints. Now that is, I think, is kind of a ridiculous idea. I don't know if it's practically possible, but that's our objective. And so we're wondering,
Yet. It's not practically possible.
yeah,
yet.
like, why not? Like, why can't we state that goal, and can we try to give a go at this thing? But you need to rebuild everything, because you lose bone over time. Your body just deteriorates over time.
Yeah.
You're trying to reverse that, and so we're trying to figure out to see what we can do.
Go to prizepicks.com, man, and use the promo code Schultz, SCHULZ, and they're going to match your initial deposit bonus up to $100, okay? It's the easiest fucking thing on the planet. I genuinely mean this. They're
So
going to
fun.
give you these situations where you basically choose more or less. With basketball, more or less rebounds. They're going to put it out there. You choose more or less.
And
fantasy, you got to like set your lineups
Too
every
much.
week.
Too much
It's
of
an
an effort.
exhausting-
It's too
Play
much
this
of an
whenever you
effort.
want to.
Yeah, it's incredible. Anyway, prizepicks.com. Shout out to y'all.